What you are seeing is the latest satellite imagery from this very severe winter storm. I think that the United States, the Weather Channel goes ahead and names storm systems. And if we did that in the Western Pacific, any of the TV agencies out there, this would definitely be one of the named storms and one of the most memorable storms. So one of the strongest in recent years. At this time, at least 3 casualties have resulted due to this, 2 due to car accidents. One woman in Hokkaido actually was hit by a snowplow out here. And what we are still seeing today is the CFX snow continuing to kick in. That is these northwesterly winds wrapping around the low pressure center, which is now moving away from northeastern portions of Hokkaido. And the winds around this storm system have been just absolutely intense. We're still expecting winds in Hokkaido could gust upwards of 180 kilometers per hour. We have reports of 144 kilometer per hour winds. That is enough to cause some significant damage. The worst of it has been in Nemuro here in eastern portions of Hokkaido. We've actually seen some flooding evacuation advisories were issued near the immediate coastal area. This is from a webcam there. And watching this webcam all day, and what we have been seeing is actually a coastal storm surge come up and coastal flooding. A lot of the piers there were inundated. Still seeing the high winds. So storm surge is still a threat here along the immediate coastal areas. Now farther inland, it definitely is the snowfall. Some parts of Hokkaido have already reported over 100 centimeters, but the heaviest really is back towards the southwest into the Hokuriku region. Here we have is that you have the longest area between North Korea and Russia and the Japan coastline. More area for that snow to get picked up with. And the other thing I noted here on this map, a little explainer I put out on Twitter and Facebook earlier today, is that you have these mountains here in North Korea, and right here you can see is that are more dense. Well, what's happening is that you have those northwesterly winds. They flow around the mountains here and they come over them and they collide back over the ocean. So you have a long fetch area, and plus these streams coming together, and it's been dumping here on Hokuriku. Some areas, and this is true based on the latest observation, 200 centimeter snow depth. That's nearly 6 feet out here. That is enough to bury a person completely. So, I mean, traveling is going to be a slow go in Niigata and Nagano, but this is just to the point where you probably shouldn't even go out. Especially those of you in Hokkaido, just take a look at this very tight pressure gradient around that low pressure center, which is now down below 950 hectopascals. JMA, just saying, try not to venture outdoors here. You're going to be seeing the high winds, the snowfall, especially along the northern periphery. It's just not worth it, and it's definitely very dangerous out there. Now, as our storm system continues to track off there towards the northeast, the low's going to move away, but the snow's not over with yet, guys. We're still going to be seeing those strong northwesterly winds, so the CFX snow will remain in place out here. You can see the date here on the top of the screen. There's Thursday, and basically heading through Friday morning. It's not until it tapers off. That's just going to basically remain in place with those northwesterly winds. Take a look at the snow totals all the way ahead through the next 48 to 72 hours. You can see where the heaviest stuff comes down, still here across the Hokuriku region and in northern Hokkaido where that CFX snow is at its greatest. I know I've got a few questions for the skiers heading to Niigata and Nagano. Yes, I mean, this weekend, guys, is going to be one of the biggest powder weekends of the year, at least as far as December goes. Definitely the biggest powder weekend. I know a lot of skiers watch this update, trying to gauge where the heaviest stuff is. Tell you right now, Niigata is going to be full up. It is going to be very, very fluffy out there. Need not worry. This is another thing I do want to talk about, not on the topic of the ground, but a couple flights in the air. Flights have been diverting around this storm system throughout the day. What happened on Tuesday night into Wednesday, take a look at this image. This is actually a screen grab from NHK this morning. This was from American Airlines 220. Was flying from Korea to the U.S., hit severe turbulence, had to land in Narita Airport. 12 people injured on board. Some of the people that were on board were saying, like, one of the stewardess actually hit her head on the ceiling. Food was flying all over the place. Just goes to show these storm systems are not anything to mess with, and that is what it goes back to. I've been tracking the flight tracker. Flights are flying around this storm like crazy now. They're just not taking any chances. Some good news there, but we're still going to be seeing these gusty winds in Hokkaido, power outages at this time. As I mentioned, there's several casualties. Most Shinkansens are shut down. Still going to be lingering here throughout the day on Thursday going into Friday morning. Good news if you are in the metropolis of Tokyo. Hey, the condition rather decent. Now, this is the other big thing I do want to note. You can see where the clear separation of our Arctic air mass is and where the tropics are down here towards the south. And the leading edge of this is very gusty. High wind warnings, high wave warnings in effect for the South China Sea. Gale force winds being seen across Okinawa. Northern portions of the Philippines, you're going to be seeing some rain showers and those winds coming in from the north. Just a very strong northeast monsoon extending all the way down there towards Vietnam as well. And very, very frigid temperatures with that high pressure over northern China. Some areas, Harbin minus 23 for the high today. That's that Siberian high, and that's what's fueling the storm system, guys. All right, that is all for right now. Thanks again for watching here at WesternPacificWeather.com. As always, stay safe out there.